G'day and welcome to this week's video. My name's Robert Goudie and this week I'm going to do some retirement projections for you. So I'm going to share my screen and give you a look at how I do projections for my clients. And the reason why this came about was someone on TikTok hit me up with a direct message and said, Rob, I'm 50, I want to retire in 2 years, so at 52. And they have retirement assets of about $1.8 million and no debt whatsoever, so a great achievement. And they're maxing out their superannuation each, so that's a husband and wife earning around $200,000. So they've obviously earned the right to get a high income and max out their superannuation and pay down debt and do everything that they've done. So there's passive assets of 1.8 mil, some of that is superannuation, which they don't get access until 60, but with my projections, we're generally going to just be looking overall to see total numbers, and obviously access to money will come into play as time goes on. So in addition to the $60,000 of retirement superannuation savings, there's an extra $72,000 that's saved per year. So net of tax of the 15% on the 60 grand, they're going to be putting in $123,000 per year for the next 2 years. And they're going to take out $90,000 in retirement income. Now, the question is, can I do it? So I was quite intrigued to see whether they can do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to project through to age 85, because if someone passes away around there, they go from being a couple for age pension purposes to a single, and the assets test is much harsher for a single, so we stop it there. I do believe people around this age group, which happens to be mine, will live well into their 90s, hopefully in good health. So I'll turn the camera around and just take you through the numbers and explain them to you as I go. So this is our Excel spreadsheet that we use, and it's been fantastic over the years. So you can see here, if you follow my cursor, age 50, retirement age at age 52, and as I mentioned, using life expectancy of 85. $1.8 million in current financial assets, pre-retirement savings, 123 and 90 grand per year in retirement spending. So that's going to be 90 grand per year. And normally I would reduce that down by say 1% per year. As we get older, we will spend less, but I've just, to be conservative, left it how it is. I've used a growth portfolio model 4 here, and that will give us some return outcomes. And these return outcomes are, there's a base case, which is 5.3% for the next decade. So we'll focus on that, and we'll also focus on the pessimistic outlook, which is for the next decade, 1.1%. There's an optimistic one of 7.4, which we're going to ignore, and we'll have a 90% chance of this happening. So what do the numbers look like? Now if we just scroll down a little bit further, you can see here the red line falls short of age 85 in this line here. So that's the pessimistic one. And I did forget to mention that after the first decade, then the return after that is 5.7%. So I like to see this red line. I like to see it run past life expectancy. So we don't know what the markets might do in the short term. If things went badly for a whole decade, this is sort of what it looks like. So in this scenario, I would like to see a little bit extra. You can see the base case is running nicely through there, and that there's nearly $500,000 at age 85. That would be fine. So, but if things go pear-shaped and we don't know what will happen in markets, it'd run a bit short if the return was not as strong. So that's a pessimistic scenario. So how might I change this? Well, let's change this from 52 to 55. So work an extra 3 years. And I'll just switch them around. When I first did this projection, and I changed it from retiring at 52 to 55, the difference was huge, and I'll show you that in a second. It's such a big number, the difference, just working that 3 extra years. And I thought about it, and I thought, oh, hold on, it means you're not saving 123 per year, and also means you're not saving, not spending 90 grand per year. So it is a $213,000 turnaround per year. over 3 years, which gets you up to, that's it's $639,000. So it's a monster amount of money. So let's go and have a look at the effect that it actually had. And so I've changed that figure there from 52 to 55. And I click here, and all of a sudden that starts to look really comfortable. So in the pessimistic scenario here, we're up around 360 grand, and the base case holds really steady at 1.6. So there might be a compromise with this. It may not be 55, it might be 54. What does it look like? These numbers start to look pretty acceptable. So it's well worth doing these projections. We do it for our clients all the time. We particularly do it on an ongoing basis as part of their reviews, where people start to worry about, Rob, do I have enough? But we definitely do it during our first appointments, and it often provides clients that aha moment where they go, oh, you beauty, we have enough, and it's a great feeling for them. Thank you for listening. If you'd like a projection done for you, please let us know, and you're quite welcome to send through some basic details, and we'll fill the gaps from there. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Cheers.